What? What? This is the story of HILICHURL. It all started on a sunny day in the world of Tevat. This child is attempting to lead HILICHURL to the next stage of evolution and strive for world domination. And as a fellow terrorist, I had to comply. After witnessing the first demonic interspecies communication, Elon Musk has inevitably convinced this HILICHURL that the world is flat. As a show of ascension, he now dances in enlightenment, demonstrating how Earth is as flat as his hands here. I even wrote a song for it. The world is flat. The world is flat. Okay, ignore that, please. So after Elon Musk, the harbinger of satanic powers, leave the site. But then I realized something. I'll play his dance animation right here. See if you notice something that can be exploited. This will be a good test of your ability to break the game. Ready? Well, it's over since you probably have been watching him dance during my entire spiel about a challenge. If you look closely, you'll see that this HILICHURL does a very important move, which happens right here. He walks forward for like 4 or 5 steps, actually traveling for quite a distance, and then returns. So this is where I realized that I now have the ability to break the game again. After doing it with Catherine, they had to patch that one, and let's see if they patch this one, shall we? I figured that if I can play something that stops him from returning to his original position, it will either pass through the obstruction or be stopped. If he gets stopped, he'll have to redo his entire dance, which will make him take the same amount of steps forward. And if I keep repeating this, it should keep moving forward. And of course, who better to use than Zhongli himself? Zhongli's E has been proven to be able to destroy the very fabric of reality. So I use Zhongli, place his geo construct behind the HILICHURL every time it walks forward, and oh my bamboozle, this HILICHURL can be moved. I now feel like a toddler that has been given a jar of Nutella, as I'll create an absolute mess out of everything. With this newfound discovery, I pushed this HILICHURL with Zhongli. Our first arch nemesis is actually this tree. Up until this point, I can only move him forward. I can't really turn around because if I could, I would have went to Leo instead. This tree looks like it's designed to be placed there to stop people like me. But I'm not gonna let no plant stop my path to abduct HILICHURLs without murdering them. With some experimenting, I can actually barely change the HILICHURL's direction. It's complicated to explain, but pretty much if I tilt my pillar's position, the HILICHURL will try and move perpendicularly to the side of my pillar that stops him on his tracks. Simply put in HILICHURL language, if I tilt, you tilt. I could technically try and make a U-turn, but at the time I assumed it was impossible. Looking back, maybe I should have done that and pushed him to Leo, but oh well. I made him past the tree and got to the next obstacle, a waterfall. Now is the moment of truth. This HILICHURL is about to either fly, fall, or drown. Any one of these will be a spectacular view. Or he can just walk infinitely against the cliff and never move forward. So I carefully place my hard and girthy pillar behind this young and energetic HILICHURL. This HILICHURL keeps on rubbing the pillar with his body and scurries away as its might. And as it takes one step too many, it dropped down. It looked like I actually knocked it down with my hard, long, and girthy pillar, but from what I've experienced, unless the pillar stays there, or else the collision data won't register. So pretty much this HILICHURL got pushed down by Zhongli's pillar before the pillar, just did that. And this HILICHURL is about to get wet. Since the rocks are inclined, it kind of just walks down and literally airwalked for a bit. Dang, he's about to ascend or something. I was waiting for it to potentially walk himself off of the rock, but it is walking on air. What? This is where it gets a bit tricky. Zhongli's pillar can't really be placed as you intend it to be placed if the ground is uneven like what you see here. Sometimes this pillar goes to the side or can go below or can just not spawn. And this also answers quite an intriguing questions as well, since this HILICHURL is basically air walking at this point. So it's likely that he will not be able to get to Leo anyway. Maybe like he'll just scale off of my pillar and then float again, as if with Catherine. Maybe he'll even just float faster. Like, this thing just wants to float. So anyways, I had to think about something else because this is not gonna work. So basically, I got this brilliant plan of switching length for girth. I used the Traveler's Pillar, which are way girthier and bulkier. And it seems like I was right. Traveler's Construct can also block the HILICHURL and cause him to move. At this point, he's standing on air, stomping on oxygen, and dancing on them haters. Look at him. It took a long time for me to go down on this HILICHURL from this point on. I switched between Lumine and Zhongli and kept going at this HILICHURL, to the point where its entire body is just shivering. What in the world is even happening? And with Zhongli's final push, the HILICHURL finally fell and got stuck again. So I abused it again and finally got the perfect pillar placed. The HILICHURL finally fell and walked straight into some ice cold water. And it doesn't die. Okay. He pretty much has had his entire head submerged in water and he's still walking on the ground, stomping on sand and dancing on them H2Os. What an inspiration. And at this point, I thought that I want to get him deeper into the water and see if he would just walk on the ocean floor until God knows where. It was hard trying to get him out of this little hole here, but with a bit of patience, I finally got him out of there. This also confirms that this HILICHURL can be moved horizontally, which made me want to push him to Lyria so bad. And I just realized I could have just put a pillar in front of it and have it walk backwards to Lyria. Dang it. But we're balls deep now. Literally. I got it out of the hole and what lies ahead is just a body of water. After going further in, I've reached the point where this HILICHURL is completely underwater and still vibing and doing the Earth is flat dance. I literally had to create geoconstructs to stand on and place geoconstructs behind the HILICHURL that way. And at one point, I can literally use Klee to swim on top of this HILICHURL. This looks ridiculous. I thought about what would happen if I froze the HILICHURL while it's underwater and, well, it just kept on vibing. After a bit of patience, I realized that we're headed straight into an even bigger waterfall. It may look daunting, but since this HILICHURL has proved to me that he is immortal, I had no fear. And as he takes his final step out of the ground, he just decides to walk on air again. I may have messed up here. On the previous waterfall, this HILICHURL only fell because he kind of slid down along the rocks at the side, similarly to like Catherine, where she kind of slides up through the stairs with like this one pavement at the side. And with this one, there's nothing to slide with. It made me wonder if I could have got him down had I just pushed him down through the water, but I really wanted to see this HILICHURL literally skydive from a rock down the waterfall. It'd be so cool, think about it. And I kept pushing and pushing and pushing as far as I can. And at this point, it has ascended. The immortal HILICHURL that can walk on air. I dub it Jesus Troll. Jesus Christ's favorite HILICHURL. And as the sun sets away, I'm left with Klee, staring at this floating HILICHURL that had danced for the past 4 hours under the water, on land, and above the skies. Everything was perfect. All that is missing are fireworks to celebrate this incredible occasion. And so I pulled for Yoimiya. Oh, you little lollygagger. No, don't report me yet. That is an actual word. No hidden meanings, guys, I swear. And as tradition goes, I had to do this. I just had to take a peek what's under there. Like, come on, you guys are curious too, right? It's not just me. I'm not weird, right? Oh. Is that a male or female? So I was hoping to show off Jesus Trolls to my friends, but I realized one important problem. I have no friends. And as all odds would stack against this, all of a sudden, some random guy joined in. I was shocked. I had no idea who this guy was. But hey, when I needed it, God delivered. Maybe that's the doing of Jesus Troll. So I asked the strangers to follow me and showed him Jesus Troll, but he told me that he can't see it. Ah, dang it. And as he leaves the world, Jesus Troll has left me. As fast as it came, it left just as quick. We may not have spent a long time together, but we were having fun. We just didn't know that we were making memories. Yo! Check out some more videos! This first one is that time where I pushed all the cats and Mondstadt to Leah as a ritual, and the second one is when I calculated every single Genshin item's real life pricing. Enjoy!